Hello, dear friends. I'm continuing the series of explaining how to organize your housework in order to be really beneficial for yourself. So, what I'm showing you now is what I did with my cupboard. My cupboard is very close to my sink, and it's not the most comfortable one, but that's what I have at the moment. So, what I do, I use the big jars actually for saving and preserving food, and that's why I have the empty ones, which I don't need exactly now, at the very bottom of my cupboard. And then I have all my containers, all of my tins, and I organize them as well by the particular food they're related to. So I separate the food of jars, which are with tomatoes, with beans and things like that, to jars as well for with coconut milk, with one very important thing which I needed to mention to you. See this tin? It's dented in the way that it's not the straight circle, but it's going in a bit, so the metal is dented. These kind of tins, first, is better not to buy, but if for some reason that happens at home, it's better to use them as soon as possible, because when tins are created in the factory, they should be really straight shape. Otherwise, there is a big chance of air going in and really rotting the food. So my advice is, first, do not buy them, and if for some reason it happened at home, really use them as early as possible. So don't keep them at home for a long time. One thing which I do, because we like to cook so much at home, kind of almost every day we cook, or every day depending on the week, I like to keep chopped tomatoes in my cupboard in order to be able to use them for my home cooked meals. And as well, I like some of these red kidney beans, and I like to do wraps with them and some beautiful recipes. So these are kind of easy and fast things you can use as well for yourself if you need to make quick dinner. As well, the other thing, one beautiful recipe which I discovered recently, baked beans. Traditionally, I'm taught by my parents how to cook them myself. So coming to Ireland, basically I learned about baked beans in the tin, and from time to time my family is tempted to make Irish breakfast and to buy these tins and to warm it up and to have it with the breakfast, which is not a bad way actually. Some of the things are really nice. In general, I prefer not to eat tinned food, but it happens from time to time. One thing which I like as well are jars, and these are my favorite olives actually, Kalamata olives, and I really like them very much. I believe their taste is very beautiful. I think this one I bought from Lidl, if I'm not wrong, and olives supposed to be very beneficial for humans' health. And the other things which I have here are different jams. So when I separate my tins and my jars, this one is the tuna. I was going to tell that recently I found one beautiful recipe, but I'm going to make you a video about it. And the tuna steaks together with a few other ingredients makes an absolutely amazing, really delicious combination. So, but I'm going to make you a separate video for that. So all of this I organize in my cupboard in a separate kind of towers, sorry, apologies. So yeah, in a separate towers. So I make them like this so that the same food can stay, and this way I put them together in the cupboard. So yeah, I have them like that separated. So when I need them, or at the front, so when I need them, I can easily take them. So what I do is I keep my proper jars inside, and these ones which for some reason change the shape, I put them always at the very front so I can use them. And this is one thing in the restaurant business, or any, if you have ever worked in a store, actually you need to keep all of the most recently bought goods at the very back, and you have to use the old bought goods first for sale, first for use for production and everything like that. So you have to do a very good rotation of your food. The same applies for your home. If you buy something new which is very fresh, you put it at the back, and then you put the older item at the front. So this way you rotate your food and everything what you use, and you know what is the fresh one and what is the older one, and you know this way how to use them. And as well, you can change them by the date of expiry. You could put the items with the kind of earlier expiry date at the very front, and you can have the items with the longer expiry date at the back. So this way you organize, you rotate your food, you organize properly your kitchen, and you don't waste, and you don't have items which are already gone and you worry that they are not anymore in the use by date period. So let's say I have now at the moment 2 tins, like one of my bean tins and one of my tomato tins for some reason had changed their shape, so I have to use them as early as possible in order to prevent for them getting rotten or not to be used for some other strange reason. So the next thing which I do is I will put my tuna as well next to them. Probably you're wondering why I use the little empty jars. I use them for storage, and they're really good if you buy your blueberries, your raspberries, or you go and pick some berries as well from the field, and you want to wash them and have them for easy eating. And this way, if you wash them, dry them a bit, and then you put them in the small jars in your refrigerator, and they're very easy. You can just simply open the jar and the fresh food will be there and easy for you to eat. So this is my little way of organizing my simple cupboard. So this is what I do. I separate the jars with the jam, then I have the food, the different items from the kind of savory section, as I call them, and I have them in a separate tower so I can see them easily, and they stay together, the different types, kind of tomatoes together with tomatoes, beans together with beans, and of course I put the most the items which I need to use as soon as possible for the most recent use. I put them at the very front, and this way I know what's going on in my cupboard all the time, and I can easily see and find things. I really don't like when everything is messy and not organized. That's really not my thing. And as well, I like to do list with items, and I like to put the list or here or on my diary for the house work. So this way I know all the time what I have and what I don't have. I'm going to show my list now. I'm going to do a special video for you, and I'm going to show you. And on the top shelf, actually, which you can see is empty at the moment, I'm going to do an organization of my empty glass containers. I really love using glass containers. I find them very helpful in regards to saving your food. So let's say you cook something and you have some food left from the dinner, and you use these containers, and after that somebody can snack with them very easily and fast. They can open the container, they can pour it in a plate, and they can warm it in the oven. I use my oven for warming food. I don't believe in microwaves. I think we're enough exposed to bad light and to bad radiation from computers and phones, and we don't need to have that in our food. I believe too many people now have cancer, and I believe very big part of it plays the food which we eat and the way we care about our food. So I kind of made a tradition in my house that we'll warm the food in our oven. And it's almost the same time, to be honest with you, in a way that yes, with the microwave you can do it for 1 or 2 minutes, and in the oven it might take you 10 minutes. But when you put your plate in the oven, and when you start doing everything else what you need to organize, your salad, your bread, your cutleries, you clean the table from the dust from the day, and the 10 minutes are simply gone. So you really don't know where they are gone. So that's why I find it that's much healthier option, and it's much safer option for everybody. So that's my way of doing it, and I recommend everyone thinking about it twice before they start really using microwave for cooking, for heating, for anything like that. I really believe it has a very big part to play in our society, getting sicker and sicker every day. So I hope that this advice can help someone. But of course, it's a personal choice, and everybody has the right to choose whatever they like. So, this is my little way, and I'm going to show you in a minute my list and how I do it, so that you can borrow it if you like. Share with your friends and give me a comment. And how is all of this related to money? When you have everything organized in your house, you can have constantly food, proper food, good food, actually cooked and organized and saved for you and for your family. And this is very important because everybody should be fed really well with nutritious food. And the other thing is always that when you eat regularly and when you eat good food, when you go doing your shopping on a full stomach, it will be much easier not to buy too many things and not to buy things which you don't need. Really, studies on the shopping habits of people discovered that if you go on an empty stomach to do your shopping, you should shop much more, and you will be attracted to many things which you don't really need. So this way you can save yourself some money in regards to not over shopping. And as of course, when you go for your shopping, it's always better to have a list. And I believe nothing can beat the list, because the list can really save you a lot. So yeah, this is my little way, and I'm going to make you now the video of how I write down everything what I have and what I do with it. So see you in a minute. Have a wonderful day.